So you wouldn't recommend our smoker?
I would though. See, it's
That's
like, what do you want
catch.
to deal with? Because I have heard.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. There's a lot of noises going on out here today in the great outdoors, but just bear with it. Okay, so today we are in our backyard, which is currently under construction, as you can kind of see from behind him. And if you watch all
They can't see at all.
We're in the backyard. All of the construction is going on next to us, where Dan is working on expanding our, making our patio into a room. If you watch my day in my life and my week in my life videos, you've seen that room. You've also
eventually
seen,
I'm gonna take the space that was up here on the deck and move it down here to
create like another outdoor area.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so good. So you have also seen our Kamado Joe. I keep calling it a little green egg, but I think it's actually it's a little red egg, clearly. And we get a lot of questions about this. This is one of those other things in my cooking videos, along with my cookware, which we did film a review finally of our cookware that we use, because we use non-toxic, non-stick cookware that apparently a lot of people haven't heard of. So that video's up. But this smoker is incredible. I would have never ever thought to get it. Although it's the same thing with the cookware. You're the one that bought the cookware. You do that with all of our stuff, like our cameras, the house. You're always the one that's like, this is quality, we're buying it. So he picked this out. I literally was like, why are we getting this? Like, what's the point? And now that he has it,
you'll find out.
it's so good. It's so good. So he smokes all kinds of food on here, as you've seen. Meats, vegetables. We made salsa the other day, and he smoked the jalapenos before we made the salsa. He has smoked artichokes, pizza, but we have a learning curve a little bit. It's gonna happen with the pizza.
Oh yeah, I was sucked at making the pizza dough.
It's probably like, it's a skill we gotta learn.
I have a pizza stone for it, is what she meant to say.
Yes. Didn't you also smoke Brussels sprouts once?
No.
You didn't?
Maybe.
You've done the asparagus once.
Yeah.
That was good. I mean, it's literally everything we've eaten out of here has been amazing. So, yeah, people have been asking for a review because they're considering possibly buying one. I obviously don't know how to answer any of these questions, so that's why he's here. So what are some of the things you think someone would want to know if they're like looking at possibly buying one?
Well, for one, it's really, really heavy.
Oh, snap.
It's really heavy. Yeah, it's on wheels, but you gotta lift it and get it to the spot first. So, it's easier to move around if it's in two pieces, but yeah, it's heavy. And it's also expensive. I think it was like $1,200. I bought it for our Christmas present 2 Christmases ago. The only thing that I don't like about it is that if you're running out of charcoal, your heat source is going away, there's no way to just simply add to it. You have
so whatever
to
you start
take
with is
the
what you have to have.
Right, it's like, I've never tried to do like a 16-hour smoke on this for a brisket or something like that. The longest I've done was like 6 or 8 hours or something. And
even that is like an exciting day. It's
yeah.
like, Dan's whipping out the smoker today, and we'll open the windows so we can smell all the smoke. And it's like, he's got to be home all day to man the smoker, which is kind of a side note. You have to be here when it's smoking.
You have to baby it. It does hold a temperature of 250 really, really well. Just once you get it to that point and you're fooling around with the vents, it'll hold 250 for a long time. But if it ever drops, like, you'll have to take whatever's on the rack. You gotta open the rack up, and then you gotta get under and then flip the heat deflector plate up and then add more charcoal to that. And by the time you've done that, you've already let out so much heat. If I were to buy a grill today, and what I would recommend for people that don't have one yet, I would go with a Traeger grill, because even like the most pro model of a Traeger grill is still going to be less expensive than this. And now the models that are coming out is they're hooking up to your smartphone. So
what?
Yeah, so you
crazy.
set the temperature and it regulates itself. It stays within that temperature. And I haven't used one before, but I'm sure. I mean, how much easier does it get than controlling the barbecue from your phone?
So you wouldn't recommend our smoker?
I would, though. See, it's
That's
like, what do you want
catch.
to deal with? Because I have heard, and I haven't eaten anything off a Traeger grill before. I do know that everything that this produces is amazing.
It's so good. Guys, it's so good. It's unbelievable.
I've also heard that people also prefer this cooking method because of the way it cooks. This is made out of a ceramic wall this thick, and so it conducts the heat and evenly cooks the food. A Traeger grill is made out of thin material, so I don't know how it works, but if I'm getting a second grill, I'm gonna get a Traeger for sure.
What would be the purpose for you to get a second grill other than this?
Well,
why would you get a Traeger?
if I want to cook a giant brisket, it's got to be on there for 18 hours.
Oh,
and with the Traeger grill, you set the temperature. Like, if I were to do it on this, I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm gonna have to wake up every 2 to 3 hours and come down and make sure the temperature is right there. And I'm not gonna do that, so that's why I haven't done it on this. So yeah, a barbecue done the right way is fantastic. I love it. So my favorite thing to do is ribs, and they're easy. Pork and beef ribs. Beef ribs are my favorite cut of meat, period, that I like to cook.
And the veggies?
Yeah, I've smoked more. I've probably done more veggies and stuff on this than meat.
It's
smoking artichokes.
And we'll always pour balsamic on top before it's smoked, and it's just like, it's so good. And the way that those jalapenos take the salsa and the guac that we make over the top is actually upsetting. Like, usually we do it when my sister's over, my sister and her husband, and we'll be eating it, and we're like, this is upsettingly good. Like, we can't even believe it.
Asparagus.
Oh,
yeah.
So good.
Sometimes when I make a batch of beef jerky, sometimes I'll hit it with the smoke for 15 minutes before I dehydrate it, and yeah, it's really good. She had mentioned before, she saw a comment, someone curious about how easy it is to control the temperature, and like I said in the beginning, this is really good at holding 250 for a long time without having to do anything. Once you get it there, and once you check it a few times, like, it's gonna hold 250 for a long time. It can get pretty hot too. This thing could get hotter than a Traeger, so if you're into searing steaks, like, you can get this thing screaming hot. The hottest I ever got it was 675, and
jeez.
I think a Traeger might go up to 500. I'm not sure. I don't know, but a Traeger is not getting as hot as one of these.
Gotcha.
So it's capable of something that the Traeger's not, but also vice versa.
So clearly,
and, well, I watch barbecue channels, and like the competition guys, like, this is only one tool. Like, people that are serious about barbecuing usually have a few different types of barbecues for different reasons.
As you can tell, Dan is definitely the more technical person in our family, the one that does the research of the things that we buy, blah, blah, blah. So if you ever see anything in my videos around our homestead in the city and you have questions or you would like a review on a certain item, feel free to let me know, and most likely I'll be bringing Dan back for that because he probably bought it. So we will hopefully see you guys back here soon with another video, and don't forget to check the info box because, per the usual, semi-secret, not so secret giveaway down below. We'll see you back here soon. Okay, bye.